Hello everyone and welcome to this week's weekly wear. I am super excited to test out this product for I guess a couple of reasons. I mean, one, it's new and it sounds like it'll work great for me, and two, it's coming from a brand that makes one of my favorite foundations, and that is Bobbi Brown. I really enjoy this skin longwear weightless foundation, more so in like the fall winter months because it is a bit dewy, but now Bobbi Brown has come out with the skin longwear fluid powder foundation. Broad spectrum SPF of 20 in it. Here you go. It is $40, but you do get more than the typical 1 ounce of product. You get 1.4 fluid ounces of product, so that is nice. If I counted correctly, it comes in 28 different colors. You can speculate however you want. To me, it looks like it is mainly centered in the light to medium categories. Certainly could be improved in the deeper end of the spectrum. At least that's how it looks to me here online. But they just say that this is Bobbi Brown's first ever liquid to powder foundation that self-sets, okay, into a comfortable soft matte finish. It's formulated with something that helps make the skin look smooth and healthy, and it is going to be a lightweight, sweat resistant, and also control oils and stay true color all day. So cool, no oxidization. That is nice. Plus, it's got the SPF in it as well. It is ideal for oily skin types, yay! Because that's me. They say that you should prep your skin before using this. However, it looks like they're just doing that to market their primers that they have. Otherwise, they just say that you can apply this foundation basically however you want. So that's nice. Exciting stuff here. I feel like it's rare that a foundation is made especially for oily skin. So that's nice. I got the shade N032 Sand. We'll see how it does. I have washed and moisturized my skin. Also, sunscreen is in my moisturizer. But now 'tis the time. Let's go ahead and crack this open. I'm very excited to get to testing this. So it is a long, skinny tube. For comparison, just so you can see, I mean, this is why I say it's long compared to the Estee Lauder that many people know the size of. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just something different. They said to shake this very well before using, so I will go ahead and do that. Alright, I would like to think that that was well shaken enough. We have got a safety seal, thank you, Bobbi. Pardon me, my memory card went ahead and filled itself up. So anyways, foundation time, let's get to it. Super duper liquidy, as I kind of expected. I can't tell if it smells like SPF or if that's just residual SPF left on my hands from when I moisturized. Either way, let's go ahead, see how this does. Oh, good. I think I applied most of that in my hair. Good. Now, I feel like that was a very small amount that I just squeezed out, but let's do like Instagram people and just like squirt this directly on my face. Am I cool now? Yay! Everything I've ever wanted. So from what my visionless eyes can tell, I shouldn't say visionless, but you know, my hard of seeing eyes without my glasses on, it looks like things are blending very nicely, except for on my nose. It is really accentuating my nose pores, but it did give a goodish coverage. They say this has light to medium buildable coverage, so we will try and build in just a second here. Just gonna go ahead and try applying on this side of my face with a sponge, which feels a little strange since this is supposed to turn into a powder, but they did say that you could apply with a sponge, so I'm gonna try it. Alright, so it does look better on my nose pores on the sponge side. Doesn't look perfect, don't get me wrong, but it looks a lot nicer than the brush side. So I'm gonna attempt to build this up, see if we can get it to that medium coverage that they said we could. You never know until you try. Alright, so I'm not sure, but my educated guess is that this doesn't look so great because I don't know that this is actually great to layer up on, because by the time you go in to put that next layer of foundation on, the first layer has already dried to like a powder finish, and so then putting liquid on top of that, it just looks really patchy and was pretty much impossible to blend super well. I mean, can you see how patchy this is, especially like on my cheek here and my nose? Yikes. And I honestly have no idea how to make it better, so I'm just gonna persevere, pretend like I think my makeup looks great, get on with my day like usual, and I will just see you all when I check in next. It'll probably be at the end of the night, but we'll see. So I'll see y'all in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. It is the end of the night here, and I have things to report regarding my face and the foundation. As you can see, it's certainly hung in there on my face, but it is definitely like cracking in between my brows. It's gathering and cracking weird around my mouth and my nose. It is rubbed off on and underneath my glasses. It just overall doesn't look so great up close, but I think like from far away, it doesn't look awful. And also, I mean, do I look oily at all? I don't think so. Like, this has certainly kept me very matte. So I am curious to keep testing this. You know, hopefully primers will help. Hopefully concealer underneath will help so I don't have to layer it. And, you know, it has been very lightweight all day. I haven't seen any kinds of transfer. Yeah, no, not any. So hopefully we can make this perform better because it certainly has potential. Right now it's not great, but the potential's there. So I'm gonna keep on testing it and I will let you know those results in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. It is the end of the night here on day 3 of testing this foundation. I guess let's get into it. I've got a lot of things to say. So going into day 2, I went ahead and used my Ciate Watermelon Burst Primer on the majority of my face, and then went ahead and used my Touch in Sol Icy Sherbet Primer on my nose to kind of, you know, help fill in my pores and stuff, because I had noted on day 1 that this foundation really sinks into and emphasizes the pores, which I don't like. So I was hoping that that would help, and just a primer in general would help this foundation. But I was wrong. The foundation still looked super patchy. It was hard to blend. Oh, I also went ahead and used concealer as well. So like I said on day 1, I wouldn't have to use as much foundation, or at least I wouldn't have to layer it in order to get the coverage that I wanted. So I did that, but unfortunately, I was wrong. It looked awful. I didn't use a sponge because I thought maybe that was making it look splotchy and whatnot as well. Again, I was wrong. I mean, it looked just as gross, I thought, on day 2 with the brush, without the use of a sponge and without the layering. However, you know, I troopered on through it, and it felt lightweight throughout the day, so great. But at the quote-unquote end of the night, it wasn't the end of the night. I just looked at my face and I was like, yeah, I'm taking this foundation off. It looks awful. It had completely rubbed off underneath my glasses and was getting all over my glasses throughout the day. It also was cracked and splotchy looking, you know, especially around my mouth, but also certainly between my brows and my frown lines, that sort of a thing. Just, I wrote down, ew, 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 because that's how I thought it looked at the end of the night, once again. So, final day of testing here, day 3. I was not about to give up on this foundation, darn it. So, I thought I would try mixing it. You know, hey, maybe I can try mixing it into a not matte foundation and make that foundation a bit more matte. Who knows? So I went ahead and I used my Guerlain primer, my holy grail, as well as concealer, as well as mixed it into the Bobbi Brown foundation that I actually like. I thought, you know, same brand, maybe it'll work mixing those two together. So I went ahead and put it on. It looked better. Like, it didn't look great, but it did apply better that way, having them mixed together. I still thought, you know, it looked a little bit splotchy, patchy in some areas, but overall I wasn't as mad at how my face looked. but throughout the day here, I just feel like my skin, and this might just be because the other Bobbi Brown foundation that I'm not technically testing in the weekly wear here, but the more hydrating one, that one I don't like using in the summer because it is really dewy, but mixed with that matte foundation especially, it is just feeling really heavy and like it's gonna slop right off of my face if I touch it even the slightest bit, and it has been transferring for sure. And I just look so shiny, and like this foundation is just sitting on top of my skin. It has patched off of my chin, rubbed off under my glasses. I mean, overall, I just am not looking so cute right now, I don't think. Yikes overall. However, I do have pros to go along with my cons, so let's list them out. Pros. Number one, it does keep your skin pretty freaking matte all day, like surprisingly so. I do have to give it that credit. And it is also transfer resistant, I would say. I feel like when I was using it on its own, I didn't, if I ever touched my face, it wasn't like swiping right off. So semi-transfer resistant. However, that is where the pros end and where the cons begin, starting with, if you're trying to layer or just apply the foundation at all, it is super patchy, splotchy, hard to blend. It is not a pleasant application process, I don't think. As I said, it is hard to blend. It does not look natural on the skin. It looks very dry at first, with the matteness and the splotchiness, and just it looks like it's sitting on top of your skin for the most part. And also, it does not wear gracefully. If you are especially a glasses wearer of the world, my god, I think this is one of the worst foundations I have ever had underneath my glasses. But then also aside from that, I mean, it just like patches off and is gross throughout the day, and that fade, that wear, it's not graceful. Like, it looks like you just took a big chunk out of your foundation rather than a smooth gradient. So unfortunately, this is a huge no-no from me, and I feel like the reviews are kind of reflecting that online right now. It's not like this has 1 star or 0 stars or anything, but I think it's got like a 3-ish star average. And for a Bobbi Brown product, I say that because it's it's up there in the prices for a foundation, and this one I just think is not worth it. There are much better that will work and work, they'll actually work on your skin. So I hope this review was helpful for you guys. Certainly let me know if it was, and or just let me know if there are any other foundations or whatever you want to see me testing specifically in my weekly wear videos coming up here on my channel. You can also just let me know how you're doing. I know we are in chaotic times, but these times need to happen in order to bring about the change that should have happened from the beginning. Let's all do our best, stay safe as well, and you can also let me know if you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, like I said, whatever the case may be, by giving it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. Become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I would love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!